2 BACR, and we got former Commonwealth flyweight champion Henry Nissen on the other end of this. Good morning, Henry, and thank you for coming on, mate.
It's a pleasure. Thank you for inviting me on the show.
Mate, it's a pleasure, mate. You did a lot for boxing, and you've also done a lot for charity, and you're still doing a lot for charity.
Well, see, I guess punch drunk from my boxing days. I don't know when to stop.
Mate, I like a quote here. I always was happiest when I was helping people rather than bashing them. Is that what you said?
That's right.
I love that.
I got tired of bashing people up, so I retired, and I thought I'd come good by helping people. That's right.
So you see,
what's more, I like not getting bashed up, and I like helping people.
Yeah, I like that. You're a funny man. Mate, you must have been something special, Henry, way before my time, and that's not saying I'm a lot younger than you, but, mate, you only lost the 2 fights. You had a great career. You had a great career. Wow.
I exceeded my expectations.
Did you?
And even when I did lose, I didn't lose by much, and I thought I won one of them, but I knew I definitely lost the other one. But it doesn't matter. I mean, I had a good run, and I figured it's time to give it a miss before I get badly brain damaged. So I retired happily.
Well, you've got all your marbles, Henry, if you ask me. How do I sound, Henry? Am I all right?
You sound good.
Oh, thanks, mate.
You're terrific.
I was only a lightweight too. You're a flyweight, but, mate,
That's right.
What a great career you had, though. You only lost the 2 fights, and that was towards the end of your career, too. You didn't lose right up until the end. You lost 2 in your last 3, actually.
Yeah, that's right. And actually, I got to be the Australian champion, the Commonwealth champion. I was number 3 contender for the world title.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Maybe if I had a break and then come back into it, maybe I would have done better, but doesn't matter. I'm happy with the outcome, and you win some, you lose some.
That's the way you got to.
Take it as it comes.
That's the way you got to look at it, Henry. You also got offered a world title earlier on in your career, and you regret taking that opportunity.
Yeah, I regret not taking it.
Yeah. What happened there?
I thought, I've only just won my way into the top 10, and I thought maybe they're trying to knock me off before I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
So I thought I'll have a couple of warm-up fights. So I knocked off a couple of people in the top 10 in the world, and then I knew then I was ready for it, but then they weren't ready for it.
Yeah, right.
I missed my opportunity.
Yeah, geez, what a shame, eh? What a shame.
Never mind. And that, you've got to be philosophical. I'm lucky I got that far, lucky I was that good, and just bad luck that it was bad timing in the end.
Yeah,
but anyway, I knew when I was ready I could win it.
Yeah, right. And
that was the way it went.
And you must have been a proud moment for you when you got inducted into the Hall of Fame in 20...
Yes, oh, yeah, lovely.
What 2000 and... What year was that?
I can't remember.
Come on, Henry, you got to remember.
The legacy of my boxing is I have got a lousy memory.
Yeah.
I remember it happened, but I couldn't tell you when. But it was sometime in the 2000s. I know that when I retired.
Must have been a great moment.
Oh, well, it always is. In fact, my whole life has been a great moment. The good with the bad, and never mind. At least I ended up on top overall. So I can't complain. I've had a wonderful, wonderful life, considering I came from a background where my parents, my dad was Polish, my mum was Ukrainian. They fled from their country or countries and met up, and because the war over there, because they were Jewish, they would have been annihilated if they had stayed in their countries during the war, and they fled. And
they got out.
Yep, and thankfully they made their way to Australia.
Thank God.
And life has been happily ever after.
That's great.
Yeah, because I suppose, as children, life wasn't the best, because you can imagine new immigrants arriving. We were young kids. I'm one of 5 children, and it was very hard for my parents. And as a result, life was tough. in those days. I mean, we were only young kids, so we didn't notice it so badly. But my poor mother, she suffered from it and had mental health issues, which was very sad. So, I mean, going to visit her in the mental health places from time to time as we were growing up, I guess it made us more understanding in some ways, because we didn't know that existed until it happened to us.
Yeah, right.
And I suppose I know what it's like to be in an unhappy situation when you've got everything, and yet you're unhappy because your mum's not well. And I guess in a way maybe that motivated me when after I'd had my glorious reign of boxing and getting to the stage where I did, and then we created a business amongst my brothers and I, and we had Henry Nissen's jeans joints.
Yeah.
Had about 4 jean shops and stuff. And,
really?
So we've gone. I've been lucky. We've gone from the success in the boxing industry to success in the clothing industry.
Yeah, wow.
And it helped the whole family as a whole, and lifted us out of the doldrums, and that, because it was pretty hard for my poor father working day and night when we were all young kids.
Yeah.
Because I'm one of 5 children.
Yeah. Where were you in the? Were you the eldest?
No. We had an elder brother who's since passed away. He died quite young, in his 60s. Yeah. And I've got an identical twin brother, which there's rumours going that we got mixed up in who was fighting who. But we're not answering any questions about that.
Okay.
But the good part about it was whoever stood in for whoever won.
Yeah, right. Okay. You can't.
So we've had our fun and games as well, and we had our success at business and in sport, and at life now. I've got 2 beautiful boys, a beautiful wife, and a beautiful life. And,
that's good. Good.
You know, I'm a retired young pensioner at the age of 70, and very happy.
So this day, like, this is a new segment now. Where are they now? And you're the second one up. I had Frankie Ropus on 2 weeks ago, and it's just great to have you on, Henry. I got talking to Tony Hood, and he actually mentioned a few names, and I think it's fantastic. I've started off with yous too, because Frank was great last week on the radio as well. We could have talked all day with the stories and stories about the fight career and what have you. So to this day, Henry, you're still working for charity?
Yeah. Well, when I retired from boxing, and I had a bit of a break and did whatever I wanted to do, went overseas, visited a few countries and came home, and shortly after arriving, and I'm just thinking with myself, what can I do now? And I come across a person, a legend as far as I'm concerned, a man called Father Bob Maguire, who was, so I thought, he's doing a lovely job. He tries to help people, and with his, what can I say, we started off as Open Family Foundation, then we progressed to the Emerald Hill Mission, and now we're called the Maguire Foundation. Okay. And the other 2 organisations are still going, still doing good things, helping young people in need. But Father Bob felt it was time to move on, so now he's created the 3rd one, and he named it after himself, which is terrific, the Father Bob Maguire Foundation. Okay. And we go out on food vans. We set up in the parks around Melbourne, and we feed people as they come. And we've been doing that for a while now. We go out a couple of times out to the Port Melbourne area, once to the South Melbourne area.
That's
fantastic. We go to St Kilda a couple of times, different areas in St Kilda, and we set up tables and chairs and then bring out the food. People come and get a free meal, and from that, I get to talking to people, and I meet some people who have got to go to court, so I go to court and talk up for them.
Yeah.
Other people are finding it hard with accommodation, so we try and help them to find some accommodation. Other times it's family problems. We try and help out where we can.
Yeah.
Try and help out in material ways with food and furniture where we can. You know, you can't do everything, and you can't help everyone. But where we can, we try. My wife tells me I'm very trying, but I love her very dearly. And I suppose she's been, whereas I've donated, donated my time, much to the neglect of my own family, but she's been so terrific and looked after our two children, our two boys, and now they're both in their early 30s, and they're living their lives happily and well. And yet I owe a lot to my wife, Elizabeth, for being so wonderful and caring and sharing, even when I wasn't there, because I was out helping other parts of the world who weren't as lucky as we were.
Yeah.
So I owe a lot to my wife for her wonderful support, and I can't complain. Life has been wonderful for me, and that although we have had our ups and downs and our hard times and our easy times, but I've come out of it okay.
You sure have. You sure have, mate, by the sounds of things.
And that, so we've just come back from a trip to the Botanical Gardens. I normally walk around, but I was instructed I'm not allowed to walk around this morning because we won't have time.
Oh, okay. You're a bit of a slow walker, Henry, eh?
I love going for walks, but I go for long walks.
Yeah.
And my wife didn't want me to be in a situation where I missed the call.
Yeah, fair enough. Going back to your boxing career, what was the highlight? Winning the Commonwealth flyweight title? That would have been it, without a doubt. 1971.
Yeah. That's right. See, there you go. I've forgotten what years took.
Now, when an ex-fighter forgets their record, I've got to say they've got to be punch drunk. If I ever forget mine, you ask an ex-fighter and they go, I go, what? He's punch drunk. He can't remember.
Just as well you've got the list that you know.
Well, there's one way out of it, Henry. You just say I was pretty good. I had 100 fights for 100 losses. I got robbed once, but I went all right. That's always my answer. I'm pretty close too.
I can't complain. I'm happy all round, and even the two fights that I lost, I thought I'd won, but I mean, fair enough. I was only looking at it from my side.
As we do when we get robbed.
Well, that's right. We think positive.
Yeah.
And we feel we went better than what we did.
Yeah.
And that, but anyway, those things happen, and you take the good with the bad, and I come out well in front, so I can't complain. And I had a few fights against a few internationals. I fought Fernando Azzurri. He was to win I think to win the Commonwealth title. No, I don't know. No, I fought he was the European champion, I think, at the time.
Yeah, John McClunkey, you've been here for
the Commonwealth title. I beat John McCluskey.
That's correct. Yeah.
And after beating John McCluskey, I fought a couple of Europeans.
Yeah,
and
you did too.
Fernando Azzurri was the highest rated one. And I think if he wasn't the European champion at the time, he might have just won it or just lost it, whatever the case may have been. And so I think he's the highest. Batuto Socrates from the Philippines gave me the hardest professional fight of my career. And that even the fights I lost to Big Jim West, and he was an Australian boy, and even though I lost them, Fernando Azzurri from the Philippines was the hardest fight out of all of them.
Yeah,
and and it was only my massive fitness that got me through, and that